for the first time since 2021, the Boston Red Sox are headed to the postseason. They are playing baseball in October. The national nightmare is officially over. The Red Sox are back in October, baby, and I am absolutely pumped. I had to pull out the green jersey because what do they do in the Fenway Greens? They win. And how do they win? In walk-off fashion. And it was Ceddanne Rafaela again, ice in his veins, bringing home the dub for the Red Sox. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to get all the reaction. We're going to do that all in today's video. Before we do, though, if you are pumped that the Red Sox are in the playoffs, and every single person watching this video should be, just go down below in the comments and type me. The goal on today's video is 150 comments. We should smash that. Type those me's in the comments because I know every single person, every single member of Red Sox Nation is absolutely pumped that the Red Sox are in the playoffs. How's it going, everybody? My name is Jack Lautaret. Welcome in to this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. No stories to talk about. No anything other than the fact that the Red Sox are in the playoffs. This is a clinching episode of the Red Sox Rundown. I'm so juiced. I'm so happy. It's 10:30 at night, and I'm still up. The adrenaline's pumping. It's a great feeling. And I'm going to say this once, and then I'm moving on for the rest of my life, okay? If you didn't watch my short, I said at the end, I said, look, I've been pessimistic. I've been worried. I've been maybe a little negative at times. The way I work, and this is how I work as a sportsman, this is how I've worked as a sports fan my entire life. I expect the worst and hope for the best because I never want to be disappointed. I always want to be prepared just in case something bad happens. That doesn't make me less of a fan. That doesn't make me whatever any of that is. I like to be realistic. And then when it happens, I'm freaking pumped up. I am so excited that the Red Sox are in the postseason. I never doubted this team. I knew the mental makeup this team had. There were just some concerns that I had to point out. I wouldn't be doing a short for all 162 Red Sox games, staying up every single night if I didn't love this team. That's commitment that you are not going to get from any random person covering a baseball team. I bleed this team. I love this team. I have grown up as a fan of this team. My grandparents are from Worcester. My mom brought me into the fandom. I have bled for this team for 20 plus years. So I just wanted to put that out there. I know the last few weeks have been scary. The last few weeks have been a little pessimistic. The last few weeks have been whatever they've been. I was just nervous, guys. I was nervous that they weren't going to make it because we've been burned the last 3 years. But they're here. The Red Sox are here. Let's talk about the game because it was shaky at first. I won't lie. It was shaky at first. Kyle Harrison, he comes out and drops kind of a stinker. I'm not really going to lie. And it's... I don't really think I'm framing it the right way either because it wasn't really that much of a stinker. The first 3 innings, he dominated the Tigers. Like he pitched really, really well. It was that 4th inning where he struggled. He lost his command, gave up some hits. It wasn't clicking for him. He goes 3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Really got the ducks on the pond in the 4th. Gave up those 3 runs. And look, shout out to Cora. And I'm also going to ask you, where's all the Fire Cora people now? Because Cora, he absolutely managed his ass off last night. He managed his ass off. He managed it like it was a playoff game. He got Harrison out. In the 4th inning, he pulled his starter before his starter could even get an out. Because he knew that last night was the time. That was the opportunity. That was the game. We were not going to wait for the Astros to lose. The Red Sox controlled their own destiny, and Cora managed like it. Justin Slayton gets out of a bases-loaded jam does it absolutely. He actually doesn't. Excuse me. I'm looking at these stats. He gets you 2 outs, 2 critical outs in a bases loaded jam. Steven Matz comes in and closes the door, ends the inning. And Cora even said after the game, that moment, getting out of the fourth with no more damage after giving up the first 3 runs, Cora said that was a vibe shift in the dugout, and that is when they went. But hats off to the bullpen in general. I mean, like, Slayton, Matz, Weissert, Kelly, Whitlock, Chapman. That's 6 relievers, didn't give up a run. 6 relievers only gave up 3 hits. 6 relievers, no walks. 6 relievers, 6 strikeouts. Like, your bullpen continues to be a strength. They continue to be one of the best parts of your team. And that makes me really feel good going into the postseason, because the postseason, like, if you want to be successful in the postseason, you got your bullpen's got to be top notch. And having a bullpen that from top to bottom is just firing on all cylinders, that's a really good sign, and I feel really, really good about that. Let's talk about the rotation, though. We've got our postseason rotation. Crochet, Giolito, Bayo. What's your confidence level in the Red Sox postseason rotation? Scale of 1 to 10 for me in the comments. I'm going to go with a 7, because if it was Garrett Crochet alone, I'd go a 10. Bayo and Giolito have struggled as of late. I'm not saying that I don't trust them. I do trust them when the lights are brightest, especially Bayo. He always tends to show up when the lights are brightest, but there's still at least a little bit of concern there. Thankfully, the bullpen has been absolute nails, so I'm not like saying that that's going to be their downfall, but I'm going to give it a 7. You let me know. Go down below in the comments. Scale of 1 to 10. What's your confidence level in the Red Sox rotation going forward? Then it was the offense. Not the greatest day offensively on paper. You have 10 hits. You have no walks, and you have 9 Ks, but you did it when it mattered. You did it when it mattered. You get 2 runs off of Casey Mize, which was huge. Casey Mize, by the way, pitched a really solid game. He went 6 1/3. Like, he looked good. 8 Ks of the 9. Like, Casey Mize was kind of shoving for a while. But you never let up, though. You never let up. You have Masataka Yoshida scoring Alex Bregman in the 4th to open up the game. Then you go into the 7th, Nathaniel Lowe, sacrifice fly. And then in the 8th, Jarren Duran with a line drive to score Nate Eaton after it was Carlos Narvaez that got on. Like, no home runs, which is a positive sign in my opinion. Now, of course, you want to hit home runs, but you don't want to rely on home runs. So for them to score these runs organically based on pure base running, moving runners over, and hitting the ball in play, those are all really, really good signs. Masataka Yoshida continues to be the hottest player on your team. He went 3 for 4 last night. He continues to look fantastic. Ceddanne, who we're going to talk about more in depth in a second, goes 2 for 4. They combine for half of your hits. You also have a hit from Duran, Bregman, Romy, Nathaniel Lowe, and Carlos Narvaez. But like Masataka Yoshida, we all have crapped on. We said he should go on Phantom IL. We said he should be outright DFA'd. He's been your hottest hitter over the last few weeks. If it's not for him, you might not have won a few of these games. And so that's really awesome to see that Yoshida's starting to get hot, and hopefully he carries that into the postseason as well. But it's Ceddanne. Ceddanne does what he does. He has absolute ice in his veins. Coley Mick of the Section 10 podcast, you guys know him. He had a tweet, which I love. I think it is like the most on-brand tweet that you could ever have. I gotta pull it up. I can't remember where it is. Here it is. So this was from Coley. He said, if you need a hit, Rafaela gets a hit. If you don't need a hit, he's largely uninterested in the at-bat entirely. And I completely agree. Ceddanne, when nothing's on the line, he could care less, and he swings at every pitch that's outside of the zone. But when you need that clutch hit, there is no one on this team with more ice in their veins than Ceddanne Rafaela. He triples in the bottom of the 9th to score Romy Gonzalez from first base. And like I said, what do the Red Sox do in the greens? They win. How do they win? Walk-off fashion. And I really credit and commend the Red Sox for having the wherewithal, the endurance, the perseverance to, even when they were down 3-0 to start the game, they continued to chip away. A run in the 4th, a run in the 7th, a run in the 8th, and then a run in the 9th to win the game. It was not a huge bulk inning like we've seen. It was not 1 or 2 home runs like we've seen. It was methodical hitting with runners in scoring position, moving runners over, and just continuing to persevere even when it didn't look good. And this win tonight, and Alex Cora said it in his speech before they popped the champagne, he said this was a team win. It was a team win. And this is the type of win that a playoff team wins. And it was very convincing. You could sense the tone shift, like Cora said, after the 4th when they got out of the jam. I'm very happy with what we saw last night. It didn't start great. It started relatively shaky, but you got the win, and that's what matters. And now we don't have to sweat about whether or not the Red Sox are going to make the postseason. Now all we have to worry about is who the hell they're going to play. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm going to talk to my boss, see if a watch party might still be on the plate for Sunday. I think it'd be a lot of fun to scoreboard watch and see who they're going to play, because I don't think we're going to know until the end of Sunday who the Red Sox are going to play. So I'm going to have a conversation with my boss tomorrow and see if a watch party might still be on the plate. I'll let you guys know in a Sunday morning's video if that's going to happen or not. But you let me know, are you confident in the Red Sox lineup? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm still shaky. I'm not going to type an emphatic yes. They have shown me more over the last week or so, which has been good to see, but I'm still a little bit shaky. So I'm going to say maybe, but you let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Are you confident in the Red Sox lineup heading into the postseason? So let's look at the scoreboard. Let's do standings watch, and then we're going to get out of here. So like I said, we don't know who they're going to play yet. And again, I don't think we're going to know until Sunday, because the AL East is still up for grabs. If you look at the scores today, the Blue Jays and Yankees both won. So they're still tied at the top of the AL East. So I would assume we play whoever loses the East. I don't really know. And then the Guardians lose and the Tigers lost. So, the Tigers still haven't clinched. They can if the Astros lose. They're currently winning 3-2 in the top of the 7th at the time of recording this. So as it stands right now, you have no shot of winning the division. You have no shot of home field advantage. You lost that 2 nights ago when you lost to the Blue Jays, but you've clinched. You're 2.5 up on Houston. They cannot catch you with only 2 games left, even if they win. And then Detroit, you're 2 games up on Detroit. So the question really is it going to be the Blue Jays, or is it going to be the Yankees? Literally, it is, because whoever wins the Central... Well, no, actually, excuse me. It won't be. It's either, do you play the Yankees? No, actually, I'm right. Sorry, I completely wigged myself out here. So you've basically locked up the 2nd seed in the wild card. Unless the Tigers win the next 2, then they could jump you. They would actually jump you. So yeah, we're not going to know. We're not going to know where the Red Sox are, who they're going to play until the end of Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see. They could play it's either going to be Detroit, Cleveland, New York, or Toronto. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's going to be one of those 4 teams, and we're not going to know. You let me know, though, between the 2 AL East teams, who would you rather play? Because that's the likely outcome, but we'll see over the next 2 days. Would you rather play the Yankees, type 1, or would you rather play the Blue Jays, type 2? I'd rather play the Blue Jays. The Yankees are really hot right now. I don't want to go into Yankee Stadium and play the Yankees. I'd rather go to Toronto and play the Blue Jays, who are kind of cold. So I'm typing my 2s. But you let me know. 1 for Yankees, 2 for Blue Jays. Who would you rather play down below in the comments? That's where we're going to end it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to everyone that has stuck with me the entire season. This is my first season covering the Boston Red Sox for all 162. The season's not over. There's still 2 games left plus the playoffs. But the fact that we're here, the fact that we've clinched, the fact that the Red Sox are headed to the postseason is fantastic. I'm so excited for postseason watch parties starting literally next week. So we're going to be live for every postseason game. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button. Join the family. We're so close to 6,000 subs. Help me get there. All it takes is 1 click of a button. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, we're in the playoffs, baby. Go Sox.